And we're back with Daniel Radcliffe. Did you know you could sing and dance?
I can sing a bit. Like I knew I had.
You can sing more than a bit. You're starting in a Broadway musical.
No, I know. I mean, I know. I can carry a tune, and I could get my voice into a place that, you know, I don't have like an amazing, big, powerful voice. I have a voice that can, you know, do 8 performances a week effectively and sing the show I need to, and that's what I want out of it. And I can sing it safely and comfortably without hurting myself.
But the stakes are higher, and people are watching you much more closely. So
yes,
being naked on stage or singing on stage, there's a higher cliff to fall off of.
There is, and also I think it's about the fact that I'm so young makes no difference. What's sometimes a worry for me is that I don't feel like the complete article yet by a long way. A long
Wait, you don't feel like a legitimate actor?
No, not all the time. Like I feel I'm learning, like any 22-year-old actor would be.
But wait a minute, you've been in the biggest grossing movies of all time.
Yep.
You starred in 2 Broadway productions, a musical and a play.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you still feel like you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of. I mean, like
I find that encouraging. Actually.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is that I don't think I think people expect us to really feel. I remember this girl came up to me once after the Equus opening night on Broadway and said to me, "So what do you do to prepare for the show?" And she clearly hoping that I would say, "I'm going to go. I sit in the stables for 4 hours and get really distressed." But all I thought to say was, well, I get up around 11 and I watch a couple of hours of SpongeBob and, you know, get ready. Like, I'm a huge Nickelodeon fan. So, like,
really?
And she was really disappointed.
You can watch SpongeBob for hours?
I can watch SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Avatar: The Last Airbender, any of those things.
Wow.
I can watch
for
a long time.
And your next movie role is kind of a departure.
Yes, it is. The next film I'm doing is I've done is a film called The Woman in Black.
And what do you play?
I play a character called Arthur Kipps, who is a young lawyer and a father and a widower. And it's basically it's a supernatural thriller, and it should be pretty terrifying. I will challenge you all to go and see it and not scream out loud and jump into your partner's lap, male or female.
We've got a lot of Daniel Radcliffe fans in the audience. I want to get to them. It's nice also to have you here because you're actually paler than I am. Yeah, I actually thought I was the pastiest, most pale person on the planet. You're actually, you're like translucent.
Yeah, I am. With my shirt off, you can see my heart beating in my chest.
Yes, I'm sure.
Baby
Ruthie, what did you want to ask Daniel?
Thank you. Daniel, I was just curious, what's the craziest thing you've ever done?
The craziest thing I've ever done.
That you would want to talk about on television.
Yes. The craziest thing that's ever happened to me, when I was 13, I arrived at the airport in Japan. There were 5,000 people waiting in arrivals, screaming, and so that was kind of, I think that was probably the craziest moment of my life, when I was just going, this is ridiculous. Why are all these people here shouting at me? Is
there ever a moment, you know, with some celebrities, they start to kind of feel a sense of entitlement. They start to think like, oh, this is what I'm due. I mean, do you ever have that fear that might happen to you? I
have a fear of it, but I don't think it will. I mean, it's like, you know, when people get like that, they just become unbearable. I think that anyone who allows themselves to become that entitled and to feel that they deserve adulation and that it's not, because I have to remember, I have to remember that people aren't screaming for me. It's because I became associated with this worldwide phenomenon. Anybody who would have filled Harry's shoes would be getting that same reaction.
You're a big fan?
Yeah, huge fan. Hi, Daniel. No pressure or anything. Will you marry me? Or if that's moving too fast, want to hang out sometime?
By the way, you didn't even tell him your name and you want him to marry you.
I feel like I've known you forever already.
All right.
Okay.
I'm Katika.
I don't feel the same way about you yet.
I like that you're letting her down easy.
The response I learned to that question was when occasionally people do shout, "I love you," and things like that, which is always slightly odd for me because they don't know me. So the answer I've come up with is shouting back, "I love you too, but I think we should see other people."
Daniel, thanks so much. Daniel, star of the summer's hottest movie of all time. You can also look for Daniel and The Woman in Black in theaters next year, and you can still catch Daniel and I on Broadway, or is it Daniel and me? I'm not sure. On Broadway, and How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. That Daniel's in it through January 1st. We'll be right back.